So the runners are about to line up for our third race. So they're lining up. Field of 10. Heading towards the tape now. Flag goes up. Coming in. And they're off for the Come Racing at Carlisle in 2026 maiden hurdle race. Eagles Cairn began well with the Dog Thief. Johnny Moonshine between them in the royal blue and white. The short price favourites on the wing there in the pink jacket. He's on fire. And they are over the first, passing Diamonds just behind the leaders. And so too is Forever Louis as they take the first bend and go across the top end of the course. Short run from that bend to the first hurdle on the far side. And the back marker on landing there was swinging on the steel. So they're going towards the next hurdle, which is hurdle number 3 of the 10. And it is the Dog Thief on the inside. The Dog Thief being followed by He's on Fire. And then passing Diamond and Johnny Moonshine with Eagles Ken next. The complete outsider Cool Master, green and yellow jackets on the inside running rail. Where Are the Judges is currently on the outside of Forever Louis. And then Rosa Diaz with Swinging on the Steel at the back. So they're making the run down the hill. And it's the Dog Thief and Jack Andrews in front. This horse running for the first time under rules, winning point to point at Alnwick. The Dog Thief has the advantage. The Dog Thief with a lead of half a length over He's on Fire. Just over a length to Passing Diamond, mainly white jacket in third. With Johnny Moonshine 4, break of 3 lengths to Eagles Cairn. Where Are the Judges is next as they jump this next fence. Cool Master, a bit of a hesitant jump from Forever Louis. Rosa Diaz on the inside and swinging on the steel to the right in the gold and white jacket. So they're heading up the hill. One more hurdle to jump this time round. The Dog Thief and He's on Fire at the front two as they take it. With a Passing Diamond third place and then Johnny Moonshine just being shoved along there in the blue and white colours for a few strides. Eagles Cairn, Cool Master and Where Are the Judges? They're the next few. Swinging on the Steel and Rosa Diaz have got Forever Louis between them. So they're now starting the run out of the straight and it is the Dog Thief who has the lead. He's on Fire second place, Passing Diamond third, Johnny Moonshine 4, Eagles Cairn 5, Cool Master 6, Where Are the Judges next? Followed by Rosa Diaz on the inside of Forever Louis and Swinging on the Steel. So they run down the hill on the approach to the 6th, and it is the Dog Thief who has the lead with Patrick Mullins and He's on Fire in second place. A gap then of a couple of lengths to Passing Diamond, Ricci McClernand, with Johnny Moonshine following them, then Cool Master and Eagles Cairn. They're followed by Forever Louis. To the right is Swinging on the Steel. Rosa Diaz held up, and then Where Are the Judges? So they're on the run to the 6th hurdle, and as they go to it, the Dog Thief and He's on Fire are going to rise together there, or not a lot between them. They are moving on towards the top of the hill from Passing Diamond. Once again, Johnny Moonshine's off the bridle. Eagles Cairn, green jacket, then Cool Master, Forever Louis, Rosa Diaz, Where Are the Judges? And Swinging on the Steel. So jumping the first down the back here, and they are really stringing out now with still in front the Dog Thief, followed by He's on Fire as they approach 3 from home. They've gone 10 lengths clear of Passing Diamond, then Johnny Moonshine, followed by Eagles Cairn and Rosa Diaz, Forever Louis. Forever Louis was wrong there. Swinging on the Steel to the wide outside. Last of all is Where Are the Judges, who driven along and struggles. But the Dog Thief and He's on Fire. Those two are having a private discussion at the moment because they are clear of the others. Passing Diamond is back in third place. Then Eagles Cairn, Cool Master, followed by Johnny Moonshine and Rosa Diaz. They're clear then of Swinging on the Steel, Forever Louis and Where Are the Judges? At the foot of the hill, just 2 hurdles to jump, and it is the Dog Thief who has the lead by a length from the favourite He's on Fire. There's not a lot between them now as they draw towards the second last. He's on Fire moving alongside. That was 2 from home. The Dog Thief, and he's on fire. It's a private battle. Nobody else now involved at the moment anyway. Passing Diamond is trying to stay on up the hill in third. He's on fire. The favourites now ease to the front. Here's the final hurdle. He's on fire, was very nimble there. Took that hurdle in his stride. And on the run in, He's on fire has cruised into a very nice advantage. Good run though from the Dog Thief on his hurdles racecourse debut. And the Dog Thief an honourable second place, and that one in turn well clear of Passing Diamond. So it is one for the Ricci team, Willie and Patrick Mullins, and He's on fire, the very impressive winner. The Dog Thief second place, third is Passing Diamond, and the complete outsider Cool Master will take fourth.
He's on fire as won our latest race here at Carlisle for Patrick Mullins, Willie Mullins and Susanna Ricci. First time we've seen him on a racecourse. He looks smart.
He is. He's a fine horse. You saw him in the ring. You know, he's a real chasing horse. We can't wait to see him next year. He came over to us late in the season. You can see why he's probably backward in his first two runs, and then he ran really well his third run. We bought him. Needed a bit of time to acclimatise, and we wanted to get a nice confidence booster into him. I know he's lost his novice status now, but I think we want to get chasing with him next year. So that was ideal.
It was a very ordinary race. He's got a mark of 120. Handicapper really can't jump in much, I don't think, can you?
Well, I think he was entitled to do it, and we had him entered up everywhere over here, and we wanted to find a race that looked like his rating would win, and that's what he's done. And I don't think anyone would finish too close to him either.
No, he's well entered up, but would it be a horse maybe you think with that mark you might exploit?
Possibly. He can't go to Cheltenham. Obviously, it's not the statement rule anymore. It's the 5 runs, so he can't go there. So we might look to Aintree perhaps, Punchestown. But I think really we wanted to go chasing him next year. We want to get a few runs on him this year, and I'm excited about him over chases next year.
He looks the real. He looked properly before you got on. A little bit gassy early.
A little bit, but we went to good gallop. Jack Anders was making sure we were fit and ready. I've ridden him a bit at home now, and he's a lovely ride, and he jumps so those French horses he jumped fantastically well. So
everything sorted for the Cheltenham bumper. What are you thinking?
Well, it came a bit clear yesterday. I mean, I thought Helldam on his work at home would be in the conversation, but he doesn't bring it to the track. But sometimes those horses, it happens to them eventually. Look, Love Sign Danu will probably be very hard not to ride him, but the Irish Avatar is very good in Navan. We'll probably start working them next week, get a feel from them. I always like to see how they travel over. I've ridden horses over there, Day of a Lifetime, Sicilian Secret, and they lost their heads over there, and that's experience. So yeah.
Gaelic Warrior's brother is our Trigger.
Our Trigger is a 4-year-old, along with Kieran. Now I know 4-year-olds probably win it once every 15 years. He's a Q card and Dotto Star maybe. But our Trigger was broken as a 2-year-old. A Quirin is a flat horse, so they're not like the normal jump 4-year-olds that would have been bought in the summer as store horses broken and going through. So that gives them a chance. I can't ride them at the weight, so they're not on my mind, unfortunately.
How's the rest of the airplanes? Kopek, everything good there?
All good. Kopek, he had a good gallop around Punchestown. We'll probably try to get another one of those into him. Look, they're not races, but we can assimilate it as much as we can. And I think probably missing the Arkle in DRF was a blessing in disguise.
Yeah. How are the DRF, your Factophiles, Gaelic Warrior, all happy?
They all come out really well. Gaelic Warrior is an extraordinary horse. I rode him home, and he was booking and kicking on Friday. He's incredible constitution. We've no bad news out of DRF. I suppose the ones you're worried about is just maybe the likes of Cargese getting a hard race. Lost him out. Final Man was a bit below himself, but seemed fine. Nothing physical turned up. We'll freshen him up. Don't forget, Gaelic Warrior ran terribly in that same race before he won the Arkle. So it's not a nail in the coffin.
And Gaelic Warrior, he was just too keen early, wasn't he? He looks like he's enjoying racing more than ever this year. Yeah,
and look, I mean, he's not, he's keen rather than free. You can talk to him, but in Leopardstown, there's no inside rail. Everyone spreads out. It's hard to get cover on him. When I rode him in Aintree, I was able to park him behind horses. The same in Kempton and the Gold Cup track with its inside running rail and the fresh tip of ground. Everyone races tight. You'll get him in behind a few horses, and I think he'd settle. I just need to influence the powers that be to send him that direction.
And that's not an easy job. Still lots to sort out, but great to see you here, Carlisle. Well done. We'll keep safe, and we'll see you in a few weeks.
Well, hopefully we'll be back again.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.